Today we will start a new topic, the phylum Ctenophora. So here we will study the phylum Ctenophora, its characteristics and examples. The defining characteristics of phylum Ctenophora. Number 1, plates are fused cilia arranged in rows. Second, adhesive prey capturing cells they are having. These are some examples of phylum Ctenophora, and here you can see the bioluminescence they produce or emit light, that is called bioluminescence. Here in general description, ctenophores are major predators upon larval fish and zooplanktons. They may prey on small crustaceans. These are phylum Arthropoda. Those are the prey for ctenophores, and the larval are various fish and jellyfish. So this is the food for the organism of phylum Ctenophora. Some of these are carnivores, another ctenophores, or gelatinous animals in the group. They play a role in a estuarine ecology. Most are nearly transparent. The 100 or so described species are exclusively they are found in seawater. Most are planktonic. A member of most species are big swimmers and carried out by the ocean current. The ctenophores' tentacles are solid rather than hollow. Ctenophores have left a poor fossil record. There is an evolutionary relationship between ctenophora and cnidaria. Nearly all ctenophores are bioluminescent because, as you know, they produce or emit light, so that is called bioluminescence. They give off excess energy in the form of light instead of heat. The functional significance of this bioluminescence includes mate location and species recognition, or luring of prey, and the starling of would-be predators. So this is the benefit of bioluminescence, and this is the aim to produce or emit light. Some species may use bioluminescence to avoid detection by visual predators, producing light of ambient intensity. This would break out the ccelostyle of the animal when observed by the potential predators from below, helping the lighted form blend into the surroundings. So this is the benefit to produce light or emit light. Then the body structure, body architecture of the ctenophores, you will see here. A body covering. So first is body covering. Its body covering is somewhat reminiscent of Cnidarian medusae. The body consists of an outer epidermis and the inner gastrodermis. A thick middle layer, mesoglea, is present, that is also found in Cnidarians. It has a basic radial symmetry with oral and aboral surface. So some characteristics, they are resembling with the Cnidarians. This is the structure of Ctenophora. Now B is the second digestive system. The mouth leads to the pharynx called the stomodium, which serves as the site for extracellular digestion. Digestion is extracellular. It takes place out of the cell. It goes through the stomach into the series of gastrovascular canals where digestion is completed intracellularly. Then excretory and respiratory system. Here there are no functional excretory system and respiratory organs found in the ctenophores. So excretory and respiratory organs are not found in these organisms. Nervous system, it takes the form of subepidermal nerves. So some subepidermal nerves are present. The network of subepidermal nerves is present in these organisms. This is a compare between Ctenophora and Cnidaria. Here body symmetry, here in Ctenophora is bilateral in some organisms, but here radial. Morphism, they are not polymorphic, but Cnidarians are polymorphic. Cells, multiciliated cell means multiciliated, but they are having monociliated cells. Cilia are present, but in Ctenophora multiciliated means many cilia are present, but here one cilia is present. Here the difference between Cnidaria and Ctenophora. This is Cnidarian organism and this is Ctenophora. Now the next phylum is Platyhelminthes. The organisms are a flat body, that's why they are called platyhelminths. The body is flat like leaf. So platies means they are flat, helminths means they are worms. So flat worms, these are called platyhelminthes. General characteristics are there of platyhelminths: free living or parasite. They may be free living or parasite. The simplest animal that are bilaterally symmetrical. First animal with 3 germ layers, they are the first animal, those are having 3 germ layers, means diploblastic. Epidermis, mesodermis and endodermis. 3 germ layers are present, so they are triploblastic animals. So first phylum that is having the triploblastic animals. Epidermis has cilia or cuticle. Coelom is not present, means they are acoelomate. The phylum Platyhelminths represent all flat bones in a kingdom of this kingdom Animalia. So all are flat body organisms and having 3 germ layers. Body plan. The body of some platyhelminths is covered by the ciliated epithelium, see here, and epidermal cells contain rod-shaped structures called rhabdites that, when released into the surrounding water, expand and form a protective mucus coat around the animal. So this is the protective covering which is found around the body of the platyhelminthes. The outer body covering of other platyhelminthes is a non-ciliated tegument. The tegument is referred to as a syncytial epithelium. See here, this is the body cavity. It is acoelomate, means coelom is absent. This is gut wall and this is epidermis. So there is no space between gut wall or epidermis. So these are called acoelomate animals because coelom is absent, body cavity is absent. Now this is symmetry. They are bilateral symmetrical and dorsoventrally flattened, means they are flat organisms. Now digestive system. Some of the platyhelminths possess a digestive system with a mouth, pharynx and branching intestine from which the nutrients are absorbed. The intestine with only one opening, it is blind system. It has only one opening. In nervous system, anterior cerebral ganglia are present, longitudinal nerve cord is present, nerve cords and some lateral nerves. So by these structures nervous system is made up of. Sensory organs, eye spot, not eye, and statocytes. These are the sensory organs which are found in platyhelminthes. They don't have eyes but only eye spots are present. Reproduction. Platyhelminths reproduce by two types, asexual and sexual. Two reproduction methods are present in platyhelminthes. Excretory system. They have phlegm cells. The beating of their flagella extract water that contain waste and some reusable materials and drive it into the network of tube cells which are lined by the flagella and microvilli. The tube cells flagella drive the water towards and exits called nephrodiopores. So they have nephrodiopores. They have phlegm cells for excretion. Now combinations of phlegm cells and tube cells, they are called protonephridia. So these are the structure of phlegm cell. This is a structure of phlegm cell, and the combination of this phlegm cell and tube cell, that is called protonephridia. Now distinguished feature of platyhelminthes is the phlegm cells. So this is a distinguished specific feature, presence of phlegm cells. This is a specific feature of platyhelminthes.